this every day, I do this daily, every day I do this.
Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Do the Soft Rounds Vodcast. Today I've got a wonderful guest with me. All of you know him as Trappy. Raphael, how are you doing?
Hello, how are you doing?
Good. Now, Trappy, tell me a bit. How did you start with this whole FPV stuff, this drone stuff, or this unmanned? You know the whole. Where did it all begin?
Actually started all with a post by, I think most of you know him as VR Flyer. His name is Dennis from Canada, and he posted something, some fly over a golf course, a Vermont golf course video. It was all over the news, and I picked up on it. I've been flying model aircraft forever during that time, and I thought this would be something new to get into. And this was, I think, 6 or 7 years ago.
6 or 7 years ago. Wow.
Yes.
So what did you first do? Did you just strap on a camera and flew some around and then see the footage, or did you immediately go to FPV?
No, I went immediately to FPV. I took up my most expensive glider, and it was like a Ava from Vladimir's model. So this is like a 3,000 euro plane, and put some FPV gear on, and immediately on the first flight I crossed like 3 or 4 kilometers, and I've been hooked ever since.
Okay. Now tell me a bit. Your very first FPV gear. What was it? Let's talk technical. What was it?
Actually, it hasn't changed much. We still rely heavily on the Lawmate 2.4 video transmission gear. It's very reliable and extremely long range, and with the wide variety of 2.4 gigahertz antennas that you have available, it can, you can really adjust the range to however far you want to go.
Okay, but you're saying now 2.4 gigahertz, and a lot of people saying not 2.4 gigahertz because my transmitter is 2.4 gigahertz. Is that an issue at all, or not really?
Yeah, it's a big issue. Back then we still flew with 35 megahertz.
Okay.
So we stayed with 35 megahertz for a very long time, and only recently just upgraded to the UHF gear.
The Dragon Link.
No, the Easy UHF.
Easy UHF. Okay. Now awesome. Now on your equipment, what do you still prefer today? Still the
Sorry?
same, or your equipment that you use today? Do you see these
Yes.
wonderful videos that we see? Still the
Yes.
precise same that you started with, or did you notice some stuff happening or not happening, or tell me a bit more. What do you think about the different technologies and what works the best? And
Well, the video transmission from Lawmate, we have modified it a little bit. It's also in our shop. It's called the tuned version, and also we developed a specific DC-DC voltage regulator, because the one that Lawmate supplies is not really very high quality. So the range can be improved with a better DC-DC power supply, and then we started adding OSDs into it and all of this stuff. And of course, the cameras have also improved. So back then we were flying with, I think the best was 480 TV lines, which is about the lowest you can get right now. So right now we fly with 690 TV lines, Pixel those cameras.
okay, and then these cameras, how do they adjust to your light? Because I've seen a lot of FPV cameras, and then once a tree gets in the way of the sun or something, and then all of a sudden it goes dark, and you're sitting there, you don't know what's going on. How does yours compare to those?
Yeah, we actually hit a very lucky streak with a custom version of a Pixel Zero camera that we had custom developed just for us, just for these kind of applications. So it actually favors the ground versus the sky. So it will white out the sky before it actually darkens out the ground. So we can always see the ground.
Oh, that's awesome. I've also I bought the other one. Was it the other day? A Bosch cam. Those Bosch cam HD cameras. Put it on my
Yeah.
FPV, and then you just see the sky, and as you see the ground, it goes black.
Yeah.
And you're like, what now? And you have to take off your glasses quickly and that's you. Okay, no, that's awesome. Now, um, now your shop, you sell a lot of stuff like the TBS, and I see you've got the plane there as well. The wing.
Caipirinha.
Yes. Tell me more about this TBS that you designed, because this is your original design, or did you copy it from somewhere?
No, everything that has TBS in front is either heavily customized or totally our own design. So the TBS Discovery is 100% our own design. We do with the Pro, we do use the Alex Moss schematics and software, but it's integrated into our own custom plates and it's produced in our factory.
Okay, no, because after your design, I saw then people started coming out with theirs, like the Reptile 500 with Hobby King's little thing, and then you get this guys from South Africa. I'm not sure what they're called, but they also brought out the same type of formation of the arms and everything. It's quite a popular design, and
Yeah.
and it works. It works.
Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, right? So
Okay.
yeah, I mean we welcome copies. I mean not really one-to-one copies, but if they have some new ideas, why not? Every product gets improved and developed that way.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's really. And then for those long flights you use those high fast flights you use your own FPV aircraft. What's it
Yes.
called? It's
I
called
mean,
Caprina.
Caipirinha is a small one. It's not really long range. Well, it's up to 10 kilometers, so I think it's quite far
Up
from
to
most.
10 kilometers. Wow, I don't think my transmitter can go that far.
But I mean, for the really crazy high altitude stuff, we take the Zephyr or the Zephyr 2, which is produced by Brightwing in the U.S.
Oh, right wing. I see you now. Okay. No, that's really nice. And now, okay. Back to the thing. Now, the court case. Everybody's looking to know about the court case.
Yeah.
What was the very first time they got in contact with you? How did they get in contact with you, the FAA?
Well, a lot of people are saying that we've been warned before and all of this stuff. Actually, no. We've got the very first. I've been served a document which is public record now. The complaint where they said, you flew in a way as to endanger people or property, and they listed up all these points of stuff that I did wrong. And this was, I think, in 2011. And I didn't really think much of it because I knew back then that there were no rules that they could find me for. So about a half a year later, I got a call from the FAA, asking me, well, what's going on. And so we talked for a while. I told them, despite I can understand from their points, there's still no laws that they're finding that they can find me for. And I also told them that some of the points inside the documents were not accurate. And 2 or 3 weeks later, I received the same document again, pretty much saying that now they're going to press charges. So yeah, that was the whole backstory.
Yeah. So okay, did you have a first private meeting with them, or did it go immediately to court?
Well, yeah, I mean, I had one phone call with an administrative officer in New York City, and after that, it went straight to court.
Straight. And now this court case, okay? Was there any point in this whole court case where you're thinking, oh no, this is going south?
No, not really. I mean, I've been very confident I mean, of course, first of all, when you receive the complaint and you see the figure that you need to pay, especially back then, I was a student. I had maybe $15 on my bank account. So I thought, how on earth am I going to pay this? Um, I mean, immediately my first reaction was I have to fight this. I am not in the position to pay for this. Um, and then I met Mr. Schulman, who represented us very well. In the meantime, I also made a little bit more money with Team Black Sheep. So, one thing led to another, and I actually saw an opportunity to bring around change and just to call their bluff, so to say, and to fight it.
Okay. No, that's now. So now you started fighting them. Okay. Now how many? Let's say year one. I mean, you're in and out of court constantly.
No court appearances so far. This so far everything has been just in writing. So this is a litigation case where every party pretty much submits. It's like a debate going back and forward, where one guy says no, you cannot find him because la la la, and then the others say no, we can find him because la la la. And this went back and forth for almost half a year, with 3 documents being filed by each party. And then the judge said, "Okay, I've received all your input, and I will review it now for 2.5 months." And then, yeah, last week he made a decision, and the decision was pretty much fully in our favor.
Okay. Now, please explain to me what charges was filed against you. What did the FAA go and say? This is the concrete charges against you. What was it?
Well, it was, I think, 10 or 11 charges, each one carrying a fine of, I think, $1,300. I would need to read the document, but one of them included you flew very close to a statue, one of them included you flew close to trees, one of them included you flew through a tunnel with cars inside, another one you flew very close to a building and pulled up last second. One of them said, I almost hit somebody. All pretty much a documentation of the video that we posted.
Okay, so all they had was this video.
Yes, all they had was the video. And they didn't really seek any further input. They got my name from the client who hired us to do this shot, to do the shoot, and that was pretty much it.
Now, why did they choose this video and not the Brooklyn Bridge video? Do you know?
I'm not sure. My primary guess would be because all of the other videos were strictly non-commercial. We didn't receive any sort of compensation for the other videos. We did receive compensation for this video.
Okay. And then now, any other countries trying to take action against you where you flew, like the Alps and was it England with the Big Ben, and what was the other one? Are they trying to get you as well?
No, or at least not as fiercely as the FAA. I mean, we posted a video up for Singapore, and they said, please try to be a little bit more careful next time.
Slap
on the wrist, yes, and I mean, I didn't fly there, luckily, but the guy who did fly there, he forgot to check where it was allowed to fly and where it wasn't allowed to fly. So part of his flight was actually totally according to the law, and on one flight he flew into a restricted airspace, which in hindsight he shouldn't have done, and they've criticized him correctly for that. But it was a very different dialogue. I mean, when we travel to a new country, it's very difficult immediately be an expert in the law of one of these countries. So I mean, we do try. Maybe sometimes we get it wrong, and they pretty much identified us as somebody who was trying to do it responsibly, but messed up on one or two shots, and they told us, never do it again, and here's a number in case you want to fly again. Please let us know beforehand, and we will let you know if what you're doing is legal or not.
That's very nice. I wish my country had a number like that. I mean, we're all just speculating. It's just, you can't do this, you can't do that, and at the end of the day, a number would have been so nice. You say, "Hello, can I fly there? Is it all right with you?" Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
Asia is interestingly very progressive in these sort of things. Also here in Hong Kong, you have aviation administration that's actively encouraging drones. You can even fly beyond visual line of sight if you file a flight plan, and they deem it responsible or they deem that you are doing this responsibly and that there's no risk to others. So, they have a very relaxed and not like a German strictly law-based view on this, because it's a new industry, right? So nobody really knows what they're talking about because there are no real there's no real data available. How likely is it that something crashes or not? None of the regulators actually know. So here in Asia they have more of a let's try it here. We'll see how it goes, and we will make laws based on that, versus making laws first. Usually restricting the activity heavily, and then slowly starting to relax, which is what Europe is doing.
Okay. Now, does Hong Kong have like a thing where you have to submit your plane for a safety test or like a fly-worthy test?
Yes, if you want to do it commercially beyond visual line of sight, they have also a number that you can call and you can submit your plane, as far as I know. But this is just for beyond visual line of sight commercial flights. For hobby purposes, it's pretty much the same as in the U.S. Don't fly near people or property. Don't fly in restricted flight zones. Don't fly near airports, and that's pretty much it.
Okay. Now, to this whole court case and everything, okay? Do you think the FAA is going to take further steps, maybe create new legislations and maybe take you on again? Or do you think it's... What's your thoughts about this?
Well, I mean, the case has been closed with prejudice, which means they cannot charge me again for this flight. This is the only commercial flight that we've done, and for hobby purposes, even they have said that there are no laws. So they pretty much, that was their only option. They are appealing this verdict, apparently, or at least they have announced that they will appeal it. They haven't appealed it yet. I don't know how far they are going to take it, but I mean, we've already won the first step, so it would be foolish not to take the second one.
I've spoken to a lot of couple of people, and what they say is going to happen next, but this is just speculation, is that yes, they're going to leave you alone now, but now they're going to start tightening legislations, tightening everybody else's flights, try to make sure that when they come into the same situation as yours, is that they're not going to be falling into the same traps again.
Of course. I mean, and this is actually something that the large community is actually welcoming, because I mean, regulations are not necessarily a bad thing if they do permit some sort of activity. I mean, what currently happened is that there was just a global ban, but they sort of realized that they are incapable of actually enforcing it. So what this meant was that if you had a competitor and you wanted him to get away, you would call the FAA and have them shut him down, because everybody who was doing it illegally, and only the ones that were actually getting into the into the view of the FAA were the ones being charged because they were simply not capable of enforcing it on a national basis. And I think that regulations will somehow bring some clarity into it.
Yeah. Okay, so you think, yeah, it's always a good thing. It's always a good thing that people that know that that know that is what's the right words for it? Know what they will want to do. That they know where they want to go with the planes and know what they are available in doing. Now, what's your further plans? Tell me about because obviously you've got no plans. The whole skies are open to you. What's your plans next?
We are going to fly a lot in China this year. Um, I've been there. There's going to be some Hong Kong videos coming out very soon. We've had a lot of fun here in Hong Kong, and there's a lot of very beautiful places in China for our videos or for our flying at least. And for the drones that we're developing, it's going to be this progression, longer flight times, more range, better video quality, these sort of things. More redundancy, more reliability, more safety.
Okay, so you're talking about redundancy. Have you got anything in plan? Because I love redundancy.
We don't really talk about future releases,
Is it?
but
Okay.
we have quite a few things planned. Yes.
Have you ever seen the failsafe Mux that was released by by Free Robotics a couple of years ago? Was it a copy of another Mux, but they made it smaller. But what it is that you can switch between channels. So you've got maybe two autopilots to this failsafe Mux, and then you can on your channel 7 or whatever you flick over to which autopilot you want to use. You've
Okay.
not
Well,
seen that?
we have something very similar, which we hacked together ourselves. It allowed us to switch between 35 megahertz and UHF. So if the UHF link was failing, we could switch back to 35 megahertz.
Sure, I like that idea. But
So
yeah,
you have two
okay.
uplinks, which is pretty good.
No, it's awesome. No, okay, no, thank you very much, Trappy. I had a wonderful chat with you, and very
Thank you very much.
informative. And then, yeah, I hope to see your videos soon on Do the Soft Drones, and then
Yes, of course.
we, and then we talk again.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye
Okay,
bye.
bye.